Hello gang, good to have you back again. For those of you tuning in for the first time, I am the Articulate Grunt. Welcome to my channel. Now I've heard some worry, I've heard some noise and such from folks about job reduction, loss of employment at Fort Leonard Wood here in Missouri. So I did some digging and research, called some old friends and colleagues who are still base staff, so around the command staff at Fort Leonard Wood, and several things came up. One, yes, the base is looking at a reduction. A lot of bases across the U.S. are getting hit, are getting reduced in personnel and staffing, and there's a lot of regreening. So jobs that people think being lost are actually being lost to civilians in an effort to reemploy, regreen, put service members in uniform back into the positions they used to fill before they got pulled away, called away to deal with the double war in Iraq and Afghanistan. It doesn't exactly help the local economy, but that's part of what's going on. But in the case of Leonard Wood, there are actually three causes, three objectives being looked at. One is the overall reduction of cost and expense, and thus the overall reduction of personnel. Currently, there's a reduction being looked at of about 1,200 personnel, cutting both military and civilian positions. But the bigger chunk that's going to be taken out isn't so much in a base reduction as a reassignment reallocation. See, it's come to me, apparently, the Engineering Corps, which has the school for engineers at Fort Leonard Wood, doesn't feel they're getting appropriate support and training possibilities being at Leonard Wood here in Missouri, both through lack of access to the combat personnel that they interact with and support in combat in actual real-world actions, and through restrictions placed on their training by the state of Missouri. With that, they requested and apparently have been granted permission to begin downsizing and closing up the Engineers School here at Leonard Wood in Missouri and moving it to Fort Benning, Georgia. Georgia apparently putting fewer restrictions on them, plus it would put them at the same base with the School for Infantry, thus allowing them to train engineers in breaching obstacles, building bridges, everything that they need to do to be combat engineers, while training and working side by side with the Infantry Training School, who is their biggest customer, per se, the biggest branch they interact with and assist on actual operations. Now, what does that mean? That means currently they're looking at 1,200 cuts to the base right now, with the long-term goal by 2020 of the reduction of 5,400 of the current 9,161 baseline positions at Fort Leonard Wood. Over half, between downsizing and closure of facilities and the relocation of the engineering branch. As I said, I've heard some worry, heard some concerns, so I thought I'd go ahead and bring that information as best I could find it to you. Now, on an up note, today is February 24th, and apparently Krispy Kreme is opening their 1,000th store worldwide. And as a result, any customer showing up to one of their Krispy Kreme stores today, not the dispatch places where you can, go and they've got little stands at the gas stations, the actual Krispy Kreme stores will receive one free raised glaze original donut. Take care. I hope this found you well. I'm sorry for the bad news if it's bad news for you. Take care of yourselves. Remember, get up, get out, make a difference. If others do, and they've done something you don't like or approve of, but you didn't get involved, you can fuss and fume all you like, but really got nobody to blame but yourself, because you didn't get involved and somebody else did. So take care, get up, get out, get involved, and if the opportunity presents itself in doing that, have some fun while you're at it. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Hit the like or dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, out from here. Bye.